Hey, what's up YouTube? Houston here. And for those of you just finding my YouTube channel, welcome. Please remember to hit that subscribe button and that bell. And for those of you that's been following me and supporting me, salute. And for my faithful patrons, double salute. Now, today's video, we'll actually be talking about lines of credit for bad credit because you can get credit cards and stuff, but sometimes it's hard to get lines of credit. So looking at some of the lenders and stuff like that, and the difference between a line of credit and a loan is that with a line of credit is usually like a revolving. So you pay it down and use it. With a loan, you have to keep on applying once you use it. So that's the reason we're focusing on lines of credit. Now, one of the first ones that I would take into consideration is PENFED. PENFED, they do look at the credit score, but they also take into consider internal score. And I've made a video actually explaining that using the PENFED, how they use a internal score. So if you want to see that video about the PENFED internal score, put a comment below. Hey, Houston, can I see that video? Now, understanding that they loan up to $20,000. Now, they always pull from Equifax, and unfortunately, it is a hard pull, okay? But in order to join PENFED, you don't have to be military, okay? Because you can join with just a $5 pledge to the Naval Academy or something like that, okay? Now, I've talked about Upgrade, okay? And Upgrade not only offers the credit cards, but they offer the lines of credit or loans as well. And so the minimum credit score for Upgrade is a 560, all right? But the average credit score is about a 678. Now, their loans go anywhere from 500 to 50,000. The minimum annual income, like I said, average borrower is about 78,000. That's a hint. I'm just throwing that out there. That's a hint. So hope that you all are paying attention. Now, the minimum number of accounts on the credit history is about 2 accounts. So if you starting out building your credit file, you need at least 2 accounts in order to get approved for this. Now, your debt to income ratio is about 75%. Now, the states, this is very important because a lot of people, they're always trying to figure out, okay, what state they're in, would I apply? Well, here you go. The states that they're not available in is in Colorado, Idaho, New York, Vermont, Virginia, West Virginia, and Wyoming. Okay, so just keep that in mind when you're applying. Now, here's a few things that I would definitely encourage you. If I'm going to be applying for credit and stuff like that, I would try to boost up my credit score, even though I may have bad credit. But these are some things to help you. You can go to Grow Credit because if you have a subscription, they have over 100 different accounts that you can add on to help boost up your credit score. Perch is another one that lets you add on. So you get 2 separate companies that's reporting the same type of account, like Netflix, Hulu, Spotify, Apple Music. So you're getting a double bonus, and understanding that this is going to help boost your credit score up to about from 25 points at least to 100 points, okay? It definitely will give you that help. Also, adding authorized users. Now, speaking of adding authorized users, the reason the accounts that I pull, most of these accounts pull FICO 9, okay? Even with the credit unions, they pull FICO 9. It's just mainly like the traditional banks like Bank of America, Chase, Citibank, and stuff like that. They're actually pulling your FICO 8. Wells Fargo pulls FICO 9 as well. So for those of you that may be looking to get a line of credit through Wells Fargo, they do pull FICO 9. Okay, now they have the app, the extra credit debit card app that you hook up your debit card, and all your debit card transactions is reported to the credit bureaus. All right. Also, if you have rent payments and stuff like that, that's another thing about Perch. They also report rent payments as well. Now, BoomPay and Credit Karma, they report rent payments also. And it's very important. If you're paying rent, you should want to get credit for it because that's going to help you qualify for a mortgage with the FHA new requirement loans as well. So it'll make it easier for you to get qualified for a loan, FHA mortgage loan. Now, here's another company, Universal Credit. Now, Universal Credit, more people, they say they have success with them than a lot of the other companies because, again, the flexibility. Their minimum credit score is a 560. Average credit score is a 638. Now, the minimum income, average income is about 60,000. Again, another hint. Take note of it. Another hint that I'm giving you also when you're applying for these type of hard credit loans and stuff. Now you know what the average income is. The loan amount goes from 1,000 up to 50,000. The minimum number of accounts on the credit report, again, is at least 2 accounts. So if you rebuilding your credit, adding those trade lines and then applying, you have a higher chance to get the larger dollar amounts. And their DTI, debt to income ratio, is 75%, including if you're paying a mortgage, okay? Now, there's another lender out there called Elastic Line of Credit. Is with the Bank Republic. They do a soft pull, which is pretty cool or whatever. But some of the things about it, you do have to have a bank account with them. It's certain states you have to live in, and which is right below that, you know. And of course, they look at the income. But unfortunately, like if you're in the military, they're not accepting you. And I think it's because the military has certain guidelines for lending and stuff like that. But if you're a resident of Colorado, Connecticut, Georgia, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, there you go, New York. If you're trying to find a loan, they offer, they themselves, again, don't offer for New York. All right. Pennsylvania, Vermont, West Virginia, these are the states that are not eligible for their loan. And it's because of your, I guess, your payday lender loan laws and stuff like that. Now, their loans are from $500 to $4,500, okay? Now, here's another one. It's AVANT. AVANT loans lines of credit, Avant lines of credit is a soft pull. You can get it with a 580, but the average credit score is about a 600 to 700. So again, you can see why it's maybe to your benefit to add some of those positive trade lines on the credit score first. Again, their loans go anywhere from 2,000 up to 3,500. Their monthly income that you have to have is at least $1,200 that you're bringing in. Now, you can be retired, you can be on disability, veterans benefits, because they're one of the ones, it doesn't say that they discriminate against military. So I guess that's one of the ones that if you're military, disabled vet or something like that, you definitely would probably want to reach out to them. Now, they're not available in Colorado, Iowa, West Virginia, New York, Vermont, Hawaii, and Nevada. Okay, so that's where they're restricted at. So I was talking about this FICO 8, FICO 9, and so basically like Chase, Citibank, Bank of America, when applying for like new credit and stuff, they're going to pull, most likely they're going to pull your FICO 8. Now the difference between the FICO 8 to FICO 9 is mainly the authorized users. FICO 8 doesn't count the authorized users. FICO 9 will count the authorized users. But again, as you can see with the FICO 9, rent payments, utility bills, for both of them, if you have a bill that's under $100, they won't count against you. Collection under $100, they won't count against you. Now, again, a lot of you people like using that that Vantage score, right? So with Credit Karma and stuff, and I keep telling you that scoring is not accurate. It's usually between 50 to 80 points off. Okay, and because it's Vantage score, if you have a collections that's $100 or below, if it's a $2 collection, it's still counted on your score. Okay, so that's another reason that you may want to actually look at your FICO score, because it's more to your benefit.